You know, just this morning, I saw a skeleton standing in the cold. What a numbskull! Get it? Numbskull? Cause he's cold. Oh, okay, that's all right. I've got other jokes. Let me see here. Ah, yes. What does a skeleton order at a restaurant? Spare ribs. Spare rib. Okay, all right. Here we go. Why didn't the skeleton dance at the party? Because he had no body to dance with. No body. You know, these skulls are just not laughing at my jokes. I don't think there's a funny bone among them. So today, we're going to be rolling Sugar Skull drawings. Let's take a look at our supplies. We're going to need something to draw on. I'm going to be using regular paper, but you could use line paper, you could use color paper, you could use your dry erase board, whatever you've got. You're going to need something to draw with. I'm going to be using a normal number 2 pencil, but you could use markers, you could use crayons, you could use dry erase markers, whatever you've got. You're going to need our roll a skull matrix. I've posted this to our assignment. You can print it out, or you can just leave it up on your screen. As long as you can see it, it'll work great. You're going to need a die. You need something to roll. If you don't have one of these, you could just plug roll a die into Google, and Google will actually roll a die for you, which is a pretty neat feature. And then, optionally, if you want to, you might want something to color with. Sugar skulls are typically very, very colorful, very highly decorated, so make yours bright and cheerful. Once you gather all your supplies, we can get started. Okay, so the very first thing we need to do when drawing a sugar skull is to draw a skull. We're going to do this in a very similar sort of way to when we did the Jolly Rogers. We're going to start by drawing the top of the head. So we're going to put a curved line just right up here at the top, kind of an upside down U shape. I'm drawing kind of dark so that you guys can see it on camera, but remember to draw lightly. Draw it light until you get it right. That way you can erase if you make a mistake. A little extra mark there I'm going to fix. Next step, now that we have the top of our head, is that we need some cheekbones on either side. So we're going to put a couple of C shapes on either side, just like this. There's our cheekbones. And then, this guy needs a chin. So we're going to put that on there. We're going to make another U shape. We're going to start just inside the cheekbone, like this. We're going to come down, and around, down, and around. And we have a chin. So there's our basic skull shape. Now to this, we're going to start adding our sugar skull parts. So to do that, we're going to need a die. You can either use an existing plastic die, or you can put roll a die for me into Google and it will roll a die for you. You are also going to need the sugar skull matrix that I have attached to the assignment. You can print it out like I have, or you can just leave it up on your screen. That works too. As long as you can see the information, you're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with roll 1. Roll 1 is going to tell us what kind of eyes we're going to have on our skull. So I'm going to take my die, I'm going to roll it. Oh, I ended up with a 1. Okay, so we're going to do it this one. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Put this right here so you guys can see it. And we're going to kind of copy the drawing right there for roll 1, because I rolled a 1. Now you guys will probably end up with different rolls than I did, but that's okay. All you gotta do is just look at what the sheet tells you to draw it. So this one has some circles. Most of them have circles, but this one starts with a circle. And it's got another circle on the inside, so we're gonna draw that. You guys are going to be drawing whatever you roll. So if you roll a 2, you're going to draw the number 2 eye. If you roll a 6, you're going to draw the number 6 eye, whatever you've got. Alright, this one has dots. That's a terrible dot. Let me try that again. All around the inside, just like this. Do it to both eyes. And it's got a heart in the middle of it, so I'm going to draw that. And then all around the outside of my number 1, it's got these sunray spiky type designs. So I'm going to put those in. Alright, I've got my eyeballs. Now, the next thing on our sheet, it says we have to roll a nose. So I'm going to pull out my trusty die again, and I'm going to roll it. I got a 5. Okay, what does 5 say? 5 looks like this. So it looks like I'm going to have this nose right here. So we just go to the 5, and we come across to where the noses are, and we draw a nose like that. So it looks like this nose is an upside down heart. Put that on there. And then inside this heart, there's another smaller heart. It's been filled in. Draw the other heart and we'll fill it in. And then underneath, or not underneath, above this heart, we got these 2 little curlicues. So I'm going to draw those. Alright, I've got my nose. Next step is roll a mouth. So we're going to take our trusty die again, going to roll him. Got another 5. Alright, let's see what's on number 5. Here's my 5. Come across to the mouths. Alright, we've got this gummy guy with a curlicue mustache. That's fun. Let's try that out. Just copying what's on the sheet. So it looks like he's got a straightish line with a bunch of kind of tombstone shapes for teeth. Draw those in, and he's got them top and bottom, so we do the other side. And then top of the mouth kind of curves to other side like this, comes down, and it looks like it kind of just matches the shape of those teeth, almost like gums along the bottom here. And of course, can't forget this fellow's fancy mustache. Put that in. Okay, there's our mouth. So, next roll. I'm going to roll 4. We're going to start adding our decorations. So we're going to take our die, roll it, and I ended up with a 2. So 2, if we come across to the first decoration, looks like a flower like this. Now with the decorations, you can pretty much put these wherever you want them to be. I think I'm going to put mine, let's put them in the forehead. The forehead looks pretty empty. So this is a number 2 decoration right here. So I'm going to draw a flower similar to that. Let's put a couple of them. He's got a fairly broad forehead. He's got a circle in the middle. And then around that circle are some petals. We'll draw that. And then around those petals is another row of petals. Put those in. And then this one has a kind of fluffy border around the outside. So we'll draw that. Remember while you're drawing this to roll your own skull. Don't just draw what I'm drawing here. Part of the fun is to see what the die gives you. See what chance comes up with. And then we need to add our leaves. So kind of leafy bit right here. Just a couple of curvy lines. Add the leaf veins. A couple more curvy lines. Leaf veins. Got a big leaf coming off the top. Just like that. Leaf veins. And then it's got a little tendril coming off it. Just a little curly line. Just like that. Alright, decoration 2. Our last step for roll 5 is add our decorations. So let's roll it. Got a 6. Let's see what number 6 is. Number 6 is a, see, number 6 is this fern-like shape like this. So we gotta figure out where we're gonna put our ferns. Let's see here. Why don't we put a couple of them coming up right out here out of the eye area. We'll make them nice and big. And a couple of straight lines that show, can't see it. Here we go. The center stalk, and then we're gonna add leaves to either side. Put leaves all the way up. And then these leaves have little lines down the center, so we'll put those in. Just like that. Now from here, we could just add other decorations as we see fit. Anything you think might look cool. You could add, you could add some more flowers. You want that. You could add different shapes, like stars. You could add more decorations from the sheet if you wanted to. Make it your own, make it look cool. He needs something on his chin down here, so I'm going to add maybe another flower down here. Seems like a very floral type skull. You can be just as simple as, a few dots. Maybe a curling design. Once you get everything drawn, if you want to, you can color it in. So, grab something to color with and go to town. Make it look good. And that is how you make a sugar skull with a die. So now that you've seen what I rolled, let's see what you come up with. Share your picture to our class art gallery.